from seeing these temperatures really start to plummet across the area. And as I've been saying, these temperatures will drop most of the day on Friday. Flash freeze, that's what we've been talking about, what Don mentioned. It's when the wet roads are still wet. When this Arctic air moves in and the temperatures drop quickly, you can see those roads freeze quickly. Here's the trade-off. Will the winds be strong enough to help evaporate some of these roads? I think the answer is yes in some spots, but I still think there will be some travel issues overnight into tomorrow morning. And more than snow, I want you to focus on the cold. It's going to impact everyone for several days across the region. All right, keep an eye on Nashville. This is a 3-hour time lapse. I'll replay it for you. They went from near 50 degrees to 15. That's a 35-degree drop in about 2.5 hours. We expect similar conditions here over the next, say, 2 to 4 hours as this cold air makes its way in. Let me zoom into the Nashville area. They're at 15 right now, starting to see that snow taper off, and that's what I was mentioning. Not going to see the snow all night. There's a narrow opportunity for that band of snow to move through, and that's what's going to happen, maybe a couple of hours, and then that's it. We're 13 in Hendersonville, 15 Nashville, 20 in Murfreesboro. Let's go a little bit further to the east. Sparta 33, Cookeville has now dropped to 31, and this white line, that's the 32-degree line. So everything behind that line is 32 degrees. Crossville's just on the edge there. But again, let me show you what downtown Nashville looks like. You can see some of the snow on the roadways here, and snow still kind of blowing around as it's very, very cold. So even after it stops snowing, some of the snow will be blowing around just on the ground because the winds are so strong. We're still 46, so again, whatever we are in the next 46 minutes or so, that's going to be our high temperature officially for the day on Friday, and then temperatures drop fast. So you can see that 32-degree line is in Fentress County. Your temperature in Jamestown at 38, that's going to fall off pretty quickly over the next couple of hours. So as of right now, road conditions, as Don mentioned, are mainly just wet. The icy conditions aren't far behind, though, back towards portions of Putnam County and Cookeville. I think our road surface temperatures map has done very well. This is a forecast product showing where we are right now. Maybe starting to see a few areas along 40 getting close to that 32-degree mark, but it'll more likely come over the next couple of hours. Notice I'll stop it at 2 a.m. Portions of the valley still looking okay, but boy, west of that, not good at all. Up into Kentucky as well, and in the Smokies. So that's by 2 a.m. Once we get past this, I'll stop it at about 7 a.m. Everybody seeing road surface temperatures below freezing. So that's the key. Can we get the roads dry enough before this really cold air comes in? That's the big question. But regardless, I would use caution overnight and early tomorrow morning. So here's where we are right now at 11. This front will race through. And as I mentioned, you've got a couple of hours worth of chances at snow, and then it's gone. Then we're just talking about really cold air. We head into early tomorrow morning. I'll stop it again. We have single-digit temperatures here in the valley, showing about 6 by 7 a.m. 1 below in Oneida, 4 below in Jamestown, 2 below in Crossville. Those are actual temperatures. Those aren't wind chill values. That's something totally separate. So still not looking at much in the way of snowfall. I'd say an inch or less for most in and around the central southern valley areas. We'll get a little less. Still think some 1 to 2 inch totals in the light blue. So portions of the plateau into southeast Kentucky. But I still think somewhere right through here, right when you start to climb in elevation, you could see some 2 to maybe 4 inch totals. Wouldn't surprise me there. Same thing on the Harlan County, Lee County, Virginia border, and above 4,000 feet in the Smokies. So if you're in Gatlinburg, maybe visiting, look at about around an inch in the downtown Gatlinburg area, and then we would rise those totals up to maybe 2 inches when you get above about 2,500 feet or so. That's kind of the way it looks right now. Mention the wind. It's going to get gusty as this front comes through. That could cause some tree limbs, maybe some trees to come down. That could cause some power outage. That's something I'd really be concerned about as well. Talked about power outages, not seeing a whole lot right now, thankfully in East Tennessee, but not too far away. Back in Middle Tennessee, we do have some as that colder air came in, so I would not be surprised if we had a few. Right now, not a huge wind chill as you would expect. Notice though on the plateau, we're starting to see it, and as we head through midnight into early tomorrow morning, this is what it would feel like to expose skin out there. Single digits or teens or 20s, maybe even 30s below zero in the higher elevations of the Smokies. That's probably your biggest concern, what it feels like to expose skin if you have to be outside. Make sure you are dressed appropriately. Limit that outdoor time. As I mentioned, we may not get back above freezing until sometime Monday afternoon. Many areas, especially outlying areas, won't get above freezing until Tuesday. This is a prolonged deep freeze.
Boy, it sure is. All right, Ken, thank you.